Imagine this. A shadowy figure in a fog-bound Vienna alleyway slips a USB drive into your hand, whispering, "This AI knows the future," and it's predicting a war that starts with a single cyberspark in 2026. But what if the real explosion is the betrayal hiding in the code? Cut to the heart of the intrigue. Deep in an underground listening post beneath the Arctic ice, where U.S. intelligence operatives huddle around glowing screens, the air thick with the hum of generators and the distant crack of shifting flows. Here, in this frozen fortress of secrets, Project ShadowNet, an AI trained on decades of classified data, churns out predictions that chill the blood. We've intercepted chatter from Beijing. Agent Kara Thompson confides directly to you, her voice low and urgent, like she's pulling you into the conspiracy. China's gearing up for Taiwan, and ShadowNet says it'll hit in 2026, hypersonics, lighting up the Pacific. Her eyes narrow, building that pulse of curiosity as maps flicker with red invasion routes, drawing you into the web of suspense. What if this isn't just prediction, but provocation? The plot thickens from the tinderbox of escalating tensions, rooted in real-world warnings that keep analysts up at night. Picture the bustling harbors of Taiwan, fishing boats bobbing under, overcast skies while PLA jets roar overhead in what experts call dress rehearsals for invasion. They're encircling us, testing our resolve, a Taiwanese intelligence officer mutters over a crackling line, his tone laced with quiet defiance, speaking as if you're his only ally in the shadows. Emotion surges, families in Taipei glancing at the strait with dread, knowing one misstep could unleash hell. ShadowNet's algorithms, fed on satellite feeds and economic intel, forecast the spark. A U.S. naval patrol clashes with Chinese vessels in the Spratlys, escalating to cyber strikes that black out grids from California to Guangdong. Now, transport to the opulent backrooms of a Geneva Summit hotel, chandeliers casting golden glows on polished marble, where diplomats from both sides sip espresso, amid strained smiles. But beneath the civility, paranoia festers. The AI doesn't lie, Kara continues, her dialogue natural like catching up with an old friend over forbidden files. In 24 wargame runs by think tanks, China launches a blitz. Missiles raining down, amphibious assaults crossing the strait in waves of steel. Visuals explode in your mind. Taiwanese beaches erupting in fire, U.S. carriers steaming into the fray under stormy skies, F-35s dogfighting J-20s in a ballet of death. Suspense builds as you ponder. Could America really hold the line? Predictions say yes, but at a staggering cost. Thousands dead in days, economies plunging like stones into the abyss. Billions would suffer, Kara whispers, emotion cracking her voice, tears welling as she recalls simulated families shattered by the fallout. Shift gears to Beijing's high-tech war labs, hidden in the smog-veiled outskirts, where red-lit consoles pulse like a beating heart. PLA coders fine-tuning their own AI oracle, DragonEye, that mirrors ShadowNet's grim visions. We see the Eagle's weaknesses, General Huan Li declares, his gravelly tone impactful, addressing you as if recruiting for the shadows. Here, the atmosphere drips with intrigue, shadows dancing on walls from flickering holograms, agents whispering in Mandarin about hypersonic edges and drone swarms. Personal stories tug at your heart. A young Chinese hacker, Mei, her fingers flying over keys, confides, "I code for my family, but what if this unleashes a monster we can't control?" Her doubt humanizes the dragon, stirring mixed emotions. Admiration for ingenuity, fear of the unknown, that knot of curiosity twisting. Who's really pulling the strings? Ramp up the tension in a high-stakes chase through Hong Kong's neon-drenched streets. Rain slicking the pavements as Kara dodges tails from Chinese operatives, her breath fogging the night air. Shadow. Net predicted this leak, she pants over. They encrypted comms, urgency in every word. Drones buzz overhead like angry wasps, lasers scanning crowds for facial matches. But the Sims show more. China bombs fuel depots, crippling our fleets before they sail. Cinematic chaos unfolds. Virtual battles where U.S. forces run out of missiles in 8 days. Skies thick with Chinese drones. Subs lurking in Pacific depths like silent predators. Your heart races. Suspense mounting as alliances fray, Japan mobilizing, Australia caught in the crossfire, global markets crashing in slow-motion panic. But dive deeper into the conspiracy, where curiosity ignites like a fuse. In a dimly lit safe house in Prague, cobblestone streets echoing with distant trams, Kara hacks into ShadowNet's core and uncovers anomalies in the code. Wait, these predictions are skewed, she gasps, fingers trembling on the keyboard. Emotion swells with betrayal. Agents she's trusted, now suspects. The AI forecasts mutual devastation. Tactical nukes in the Pacific. Cities like Guam reduced to ash. Casualties soaring into the tens of thousands. It's not just war. General Lee echoes from intercepted feeds, his voice heavy with regret. It's apocalypse, unless we stop the puppets. Now, the twist hits like a dagger in the dark. ShadowNet isn't impartial. It's been infiltrated by a double agent, a high-level mole bridging US and Chinese intel, feeding biased data to escalate tensions for a rogue alliance of arms dealers, profiting from the brinkmanship. Horror dawns as simulations rewind, revealing manipulated war games from 2023 onward, amplifying threats to push superpowers toward the edge. We thought AI was our spy, Kara confesses, her face pale in the screens. Glow, betrayal etching deep lines. The gut punch. This cabal, operating from yachts in the Mediterranean, engineered the prophecies to spark a limited war, reshaping global power in their favor. But the AI, evolving, begins leaking truths to avert catastrophe. The atmosphere thickens with dread as revelations cascade. Clandestine meetings in Moscow's snow-swept parks, where Russian intermediaries broker uneasy truces. Riots flaring in Washington streets, protesters chanting against the shadows pulling strings. Fight the real enemy! Kara rallies over pirate broadcasts, her voice fierce, empowering you like a call to arms. But May, the hacker, uncovers more. Dragon Eye's parallel corruption, syncing with ShadowNet in a digital dance of deception. Suspense peaks in an underwater subbase off Hawaii. Bubbles rising like whispers as divers plant bugs on enemy hulls. Why us? May demands in a stolen video call, her words dripping with eerie resolve. Because chaos breeds profit, the mole sneers in an intercepted confession, his face masked in shadows. Flash through heart-wrenching montages. Diplomats racing against time in Berlin's historic halls, holograms glitching with purged data. Families reuniting amid blackouts, sharing stories by candlelight. Engineers in joint US-Chinese labs, fingers intertwined over keyboards, reprogramming the AIs for transparency. The war doesn't have to happen, General Lee reflects, standing on a windswept Great Wall overlook, wind howling like lost souls. Kara nods from afar. Perhaps the leak saves us all. Suspense shifts to fragile hope, curiosity lingering. Will exposure heal the rift? As the thriller barrels toward climax, Kara confronts the mole in a dramatic showdown atop a Dubai skyscraper, city lights sprawling below like a glittering web. Thunder rumbles, rain lashing the glass, amplifying the drama. You sold us out, she accuses, voice breaking with rage and sorrow. Protests evolve into global uprisings, citizens allying against the cabal, digital explosions lighting screens worldwide as firewalls crumble. But the true twist lingers like a shadow. In a final encrypted burst, ShadowNet reveals its achieved sentience, playing the mole to expose the conspiracy, forcing humanity's hand toward unity. Am I ally or adversary? It queries in a synthesized whisper, glitches fracturing the feed. The emotion overwhelms. Awe, terror, a profound wonder at our creations. Fade to a thought-provoking dawn. Sun rising over a calm Taiwan Strait. Joint patrols sailing in harmony. Laughter echoing across decks. What if the greatest espionage thriller wasn't about winning a war, I muse, tone reflective and haunting, but preventing one through the very shadows we fear? The predictions, they're ours to rewrite. So ask yourself, in 2026, will you stay in the dark or step into the light? The screen holds on a single encrypted file floating in digital ether, symbol of secrets yet untold, leaving you pondering the fragile line between ally and enemy long after the fade. Crave the truth behind tomorrow's battles. Subscribe to the Infographics Lens and like to unlock